Wanted to say before I sentence you.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, well, it is puzzling, how this all came about or why it all came about. Um, it sounds to me though, like things are moving in a better direction because you do have an address now.
Yes, Your Honor.
And we won't go over that again, I'm live streaming now, but do you live there by yourself or with someone?
It's a friend's place, basically.
A friend's place?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, you're gonna have to do a couple things on probation, which is, right off the bat, the probation department's going to have to, verify that address and approve it. And then they're also going to have to, once they've done that, ask me to transfer your supervision to, I can't remember what county Ottawa Lake is in, but I know it's not Ingham, so, we'll need to take care of that right away. But I hope it is a sign that you're moving in a better direction. It sounds like you have more of a stable address. And I think it's probably a good thing that it's not in the Lansing area.
That's yes,
Sort of like a fresh start, maybe.
yes.
Um, so I'm going to place you on probation for a period of 24 months, 3 days in jail with credit for 3 days served. You have to pay $130 to the Crime Victims Fund, $68 in state costs, oversight fees in the amount of $240, payable at the rate of $10 a month, restitution in the amount of $350 to William Moore. And additional conditions of probation are no use or possession of alcoholic beverages or controlled substances or drug paraphernalia or medical marijuana. You must comply with both drug and alcohol testing as your agent directs. You must complete a substance abuse assessment if you are referred to that. You must complete outpatient or residential substance abuse treatment as required by your agent. You must complete the Michigan Rehabilitation Services Program. You must waive confidentiality and allow any program you're in to disclose information about you to your agent. You may not engage in any assaultive, abusive, threatening, or intimidating behavior. No contact with anyone you know to have a felony record. You may not possess a weapon while you're on probation. You must comply with all the written and verbal orders of your agent. Let the agent into your home at any time. Submit to a search of your person or property without need of a warrant. Report any changes to your agent within 24 hours. You may not have any contact with William Moore, either verbal, electronic, written, or in person. You may not be within 500 feet of his residence, school, or place of employment. You must make genuine efforts to find and maintain employment a minimum of 30 hours per week, unless you are otherwise considered disabled or unable to do that. And as long as you have a verifiable, stable address, you're fine. But if that should change, you of course need to get approval before you change your address from your agent. You always need to be in communication with your agent about where you are. If you should not have a stable address in the future, you have to reside in an approved three-quarter house or residential probation facility. But if that should happen, the first thing you would do is be in touch with your agent and
Yes, Your
work
Honor.
with your agent on what you would do next. Okay, Mr. Brown, you have the right to file an application for leave to appeal your conviction and your sentence in this matter. You're entitled to an attorney at public expense to assist you in doing that. If you're making a request for one, you have to make it within 42 days of today's date. It will explain that more on a form that we'll mail to you. You'll see that the form explains it more, and it's also the form you use to start an appeal. But you should just know that the time period starts running from today, and it's 42 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you'll also need to right away, like within 24 hours from right now, contact the probation department so they can get to work right away on verifying this address and seeking approval for a transfer of your probation supervision. So if you don't know their phone number, Mr. Marks can provide it to you, but you'll need to make phone contact with them immediately. Okay, do you have
Yep.
any
Yes.
questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then that will conclude our hearing.
If
Good luck, Mr. Brown.
if I may, Your Honor, just real quick, because there is something that I forgot. If my
Sure.
client can furnish as far as to probation from a treating medical doctor, that there is a need, because I believe he does have his medical marijuana card, and this is how he deals with the rheumatoid arthritis and the other infliction. Would the court reconsider as far as the use of marijuana?
I'll reconsider because I do understand the pain of those two conditions, but I'm also concerned that, you know, you've got a meth issue as well. And I'm not sure it's wise to just right from the get-go say, oh, okay, use marijuana. Because we really need to understand how those two things are linked and that one wouldn't just be a substitute addiction for the other. I would like the probation agent to address it, and hopefully that could happen relatively quickly, with not only the kind of verification that you're talking about from your client, but also maybe an assessment or something that would shed a little more light on the situation. I won't, so in other words, that's a long answer for, I won't rule it out, but I need to know a little bit more.
You're
Yeah, because I believe my client has already signed releases, medical releases, as far as for information to be given to not only myself, but probation as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then maybe we can follow up on that and address it soon.
Your Honor, I had something.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck. We're all set.
All right, thanks.